Hello and welcome to the channel. The governorship election earlier slated for 14th March 2023 has been postponed by the Independent National Electoral Commission (Inec). The electoral body in a statement said that the reason behind the postponement was because the bimodal voters accreditation system (BVAS) needed time to be reconfigured and would most likely not be ready before election day if they start the process after an appellate court in Abuja ruled in favor of Inec to begin the reconfiguration process. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Inec shifts governorship assembly polls by 1 week. The Independent National Electoral Commission has postponed the governorship and state assemblies elections earlier scheduled for Saturday, March 18. The Commission took the decision at its management meeting in Abuja, which was convened on Wednesday after the Court of Appeal gave it the go-ahead to reconfigure the bimodal voter accreditation machines. The meeting, which started at 7 p.m. and ended at 10 p.m., was presided over by its national chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu. In a statement by its National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, on Wednesday night, Inec said it could not go ahead with the governorship poll as earlier scheduled because it needed time to reconfigure BVAS machines, which were used for the presidential election on February 25th. The Court of Appeal had earlier on Wednesday granted permission to Inec to reconfigure BVAS used for the presidential election. The appellate court panel held that allowing the objections of the Labour Party on its presidential candidate Peter Obi would amount to tying the hands of the respondent, Inec. In the wake of the declaration of the All Progressives Congress candidate Bola Tinubu as the president-elect, Obi had approached the appellate court where he secured an order restraining the commission from reconfiguring the BVAS used for the election. The court handed down the order in the ruling it gave on Friday, granting permission to Obi and his People's Democratic Party counterpart, Atiku Abubakar, to inspect the sensitive materials used for the conduct of the election. But the electoral body, in an application, asked the court to vary its order restraining it from tampering with the BVAS machine, which it argued had to be reconfigured for the governorship and state assembly polls. Delivering its ruling during proceedings on Wednesday, which was attended by the LP standard bearer and a retinue of party bigwigs, the panel, presided over by Justice Joseph Ikieg, dismissed the objections by Obi and his party and held that the backup files on the server could not be lost. Delivering the lead ruling, Justice Aruna Samani said restraining Inec would affect next Saturday's governorship election. He also chided the applicants for repeating their request to be allowed to scan and make copies of the electoral materials in Inec's possession, stating that it amounted to an abuse of the court process. Samani noted that Inec had, in an affidavit filed before the court, assured that the accreditation data contained in the BVAS could not be tampered with or lost. The jurist further stated that neither Obi nor LP filed a counter-affidavit to challenge the argument in Inec's affidavit. Samani said, constraining or restricting the respondent, Inec, from the use of the BVAS machines for any other purpose, and particularly considering the governorship and houses of assembly elections coming up on the 11th of March 2013, Justice James Abondaga, who delivered the lead ruling in the motion by Inec for the variation of the Presidential Election Tribunal's earlier orders, struck it out for being unmeritorious. Abondanga said the apprehension expressed in the motion by Inec was unnecessary because the tribunal never granted any order for any applicant to scientifically assess the electoral body's database. He said, "We made the orders of 3rd March 2023, which are sought to be varied by this application. The court did not in any of those orders authorize the applicants to access the database of the applicant, Inec. Therefore, the fear that the orders we made, if not varied, will expose the identities of the voters and who they cast their votes for is not genuine. We made the orders very conscious of the court's power to do so pursuant to the Electoral Act, particularly Section 74 of the Act, to enable the respondent, herein or beyond LP, to have simple access to electoral materials for the purpose of instituting and maintaining their petition if they ever wish to file any." We take judicial notice that similar applications to access electoral materials for the purpose of instituting petitions were made by other applicants. The respondents are hereby reminded, in case of any misapprehension by any of them, that the court did not, in any of those orders granted, authorize the applicants therein the permission to electronically open the applicant's database. Before the court gave Inec the go-ahead on Beaver's reconfiguration, the Commission had yet to start the distribution of election materials in many states. The Commission had told the court on Tuesday that reconfiguration of Beavers will take 2 or 3 days. But in the statement on Wednesday night, Inec recalled that on March 3rd, Presidential Election Petition Tribunal gave an ex parte order for some political parties to inspect materials used for the presidential election, including the forensic inspection of over 176,000 beavers used in the election. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Inec added that it approached the tribunal to reconsider the order, given that the beaver systems were to be deployed for the governorship and state assembly elections, and that the lack of a clearly defined time frame for the inspection could disrupt the Commission's ability to conduct the outstanding elections. For instance, the beavers can only be activated on the specific date and time of an election. Having been used for the presidential and national assembly elections on 25th February 2023, it is necessary to reconfigure the beavers for activation on the date of the governorship and state assembly elections, it added. Inec further said while the ruling of the tribunal made it possible for it to commence the preparation of the beavers for the governorship and state assembly elections, it has come far too late for the reconfiguration to be concluded. Consequently, the Commission has taken the difficult but necessary decision to reschedule the governorship and state assembly elections, which will now take place on Saturday, 18th March 2023. By this decision, campaigns will continue until midnight of Thursday, 16th March 2023. Justifying its decision, the electoral umpire said the postponement was necessary to ensure that there is adequate time to back up the data stored on the over 176,000 beavers machines from the presidential and National Assembly elections held on 25th February 2023, and then to reconfigure them for the governorship and state assembly elections. This has been the practice for all elections, including the period when the Commission was using the smart card readers. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.